Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Eve. This is Everyday Artist and welcome. So, it is the week of Thanksgiving. There is never enough time in the day to do the things you need to do during the holidays. But, oh, I forgot to introduce Rogue and she's mad now. She's sad over here, aren't you? Yeah, that's Rogue, my dog. And then it doesn't help that the weather changed here and it's not cold. It's not cold. But we did get a couple of days of rain, so of course now I have the sniffles. Now, because I have asthma, when there's changes in weather, sometimes, you know. So while I feel horrible, I don't feel like, I'm not like truly sick. I'm just coughing a lot. So, I have so much on my mind I can't even think what I was going to say. So, a high school friend of mine posted on Facebook that she tripped and fell, and I think she said she broke a rib, but she had a picture there of her knee, and she is all banged up. And I said, at least you remember how that happened. Because when I went to the physical therapist on Friday, he said, you have a big bruise on your knee. How'd that happen? I have a bruise on my knee? I said, I have no idea. And later on when I came home, and when I said the weather changed, yeah, I'm wearing long sleeves. I still have shorts on. So when I came home, I'm like, yeah, there is a bruise there. I have no idea. I bang into stuff all the time. So I have an FFO. This is Holly Noel, and it's from this book. And if I could tell you who the designer was, I would, but I think I can't pronounce the name because that's the way these designers' names are for me. And when I say that, I do remember that my last name nobody can pronounce. When they see it, they pronounce it wrong. Anyway. Oh no, this one's not so bad. Dawn Friske of the Mindful Needle, Holly Noel. I'm really happy with the way it came out. And it's just 2 pieces of cardboard, actually. And I put a little batting in here, and of course, green rickrack. And this is just some ribbon I had, but I'm pretty happy with it. When I first started, I used glue to put it together. Now, sometimes I lace, but I used glue. And I looked at it, and I'm like, those lines are all crooked. And it just wasn't, it wasn't right. Sorry. This sparkly stuff, it's like hair. And sometimes you don't see it until later. Anyway, I had put the glue down and I was gluing it down all around, and I looked at the front and I was like, that is not right. So fortunately the glue was still wet-ish. I use the fast dry tacky glue, so you don't have as long, but I prefer it to the regular tacky glue because I don't have to hold it down as long. I don't like hot glue, so for many reasons. Hot glue is dimensional. Now, can you rub it flat? Can you squish it flat? Yes. But it's dimensional. You know, it adds it adds its own bulk, for lack of a better word. And it dries so fast that you have to be really on top of it. So I prefer the fast dry tacky glue. So I pulled it all off and I let it dry for a while, and I came back, and yes, it was stiff, but you know, it was just the back part that I was going to glue down anyway. So I finally was like, I want 2 stitches, you know, two and is it perfect? No, but it's a lot better than it was. So that's Holly Noel. And then I finished the Snowman, remember the fabric I showed you? The Snowman fabric. These look like postcards, and they both have little snowflakes. I have Snowman charms, but to me they just didn't really go. Does that make sense? So little snowflakes. And then I said, you know, I'm going to make one of these. This is some reindeer with them. And this is sparkly. I don't know if you can tell. It has a slight sparkle to the... It's a very fine gold, like glittery look. I don't know if you can see it. All those little gold flecks, they're sparkle. Anyway, I only had half a yard of this. So I was pushing it. And this wrinkle bothers me. I tried to iron it out, but I think it got in there when I was putting on the interfacing in there. So it's harder to iron out. But anyway, I'm rubbing it out right now. So I haven't put these on the Etsy shop yet. I know these are upside down here. Because, you know, they're right side up over here. Where the wrinkle is that's bothering me. And this has keeps flipping around. Little Noel. Could have sworn I put that on right. Let me just see if it acts better if I put it on this way. Yeah. There we go. Noel. And this one has a little reindeer. So, there's that. But since I had that fabric out, now I bought that fabric in 2020, and I made a few bags with it with a black snowflake fabric. It looked great with the black. The snowflakes were running in lines. It was great. But I wanted to get some more of that fabric because I really liked it. I like reindeer. So I went back for more of that fabric, and they didn't have any more of the snowflake fabric. So that's why I have that gold sparkly fabric. And but I only had half a yard, which is enough to make that bag just. The bag and notions pouch. So I had more of that fabric. So I said, oh, why don't I make one like this? And I think I ironed in another wrinkle. I have pressed these, but it's harder to see in certain lights. You know, it's harder to see certain things in certain lights, so I apologize. It will be ironed again. So holy cow, I did it on both sides. Because this was the fold on the fabric. So that's why it's on both sides. And this has sparkly gold. And it has a different type of reindeer. Let's see if I can get that to focus. There we go. I use Best Press and Steam. Yeah. So those are done. They're not in the Etsy shop yet. But because I wanted to do so much yesterday and I did nothing. It was all I can do to just sit up straight in bed. On the couch. What else? And to all a good night, stitching with the Housewives. I dyed this fabric myself. It's 14 count Aida. And I have gotten a little bit further, not tons, but a little bit. I'm not worried about it. It'll eventually get done. I'll put it on next year's Whip Go again. And yes, I didn't iron it, but it's going back to bed for a while, so I did not work on it 10 days, but I did work on it. And I'm going to call that Whip Go 1 done. My board, my rules, right? Okay, so Sapphire Mountain Handcrafts 2023's temperature sal. I only have one more line to go, and then all of this stuff is going to be on Whip Go next year, or I may just do it, before it gets called. And I'm really glad that I did a temperature chart this year. Most years, the weather is the same. It starts getting warm in May. The temperatures hover around 100 to 110 until July, when they go above 110. And then they come back down in August, and we have rain and dust storms and stuff like that. And the winters are pretty much like they are now. I think it's supposed to be 70... find out. This is typical for winter here. It's supposed to be 74 today, and right now it is 61, and it's not quite noon. So this is typical for fall, this type of weather. There will be a few days in December and January where I might need a sweater. Where I might want to wear long pants. But generally it's chilly in the morning to the point where you go, oh, I should get a sweater. And then by afternoon you're sweating if you wore long sleeves or anything heavy. So, that's just the way it is. But I'm very glad I did this because the weather was very unusual this year for everybody. in the whole, country. Okay, so here we are. This is as of Friday. You can see it's cooling off, but it's still kind of warm. Sorry, my phone keeps dinging. So I'm sure that's my two sisters and my sister-in-law Rachel, which we include as a sister, talking to each other. And I didn't turn off the sound on my phone because I forget to turn it back on. And I need it on for other things today, so. And the only other two things I have are other ornaments that I'm working on. And I need something behind this so you can actually see it. This is 2023 Snowman, also from this magazine. Designed by Annet Kobylianska of Sweet Annet. And I have finished all the colored portion, and I am in the process of backstitching. And there is a lot of backstitching, but I think it makes everything start to pop out, as you can see around the hat and the base. Now, that's just a thread that I want to tuck in, and so that's why it hasn't been cut off yet. And as you see, you stitch around the little hangers. So I haven't finished stitching around his face yet, so he's going to end up with a little mouth. The most intense of this backstitching, I don't know what that noise outside is. The most intense backstitching is on the Snowman, so that's going to take me some time. But it goes between 2 threads and 1 thread. So, stop. There's nothing outside. Stop. So, anyway, that's where I am with that. I think I might get that done sooner than I thought. So that's great. That's enough. That's enough. Sorry. She's a dog. Okay, so the last one is also from this magazine. Stop barking. There is nothing to bark at. And it is Peace on Earth, designed by Evdokia. Do you want to stay here? You need to stop. Our next door neighbor, I think, is moving things around their garage or driveway or something. So there's little tiny bangs and stuff that are bothering her because people in our neighborhood are not allowed to make any noise, and they're not allowed to be on the street. She also doesn't allow birds or bunnies. Yeah. That's enough. You stop. Anyway, so designed by Evdokia Nikolaev. I'm so sorry, I can't say this. Nikolaev of Punochka. I am so sorry. I am butchering that. For those of you who actually know how to say that, I apologize. So, I know you are not going to be able to see most of this. And, it's showing up a lot better. So, I guess I should have ironed it so this fold wasn't in the middle so you could see it better. So I added blue to the dove because I really want it to show. When you're looking at it just like this in certain lights, you can see the snowflakes, and I'm okay with them being kind of hard to see. But I wanted the dove, and that is the entire dove. The dove is done. But there's a word here, peace. And there's more of these flowers. And of course the flowers have little black buds on them, so I have quite a bit more to do. But I wish I could see it the way it shows up here when I'm working on it. All of this over here, I can't see it all when I'm looking straight on. And part of me, when I was stitching the dove, I was like, I should have added, I have one white thread and one 775 blue thread, and I'm like, I should have done that through the whole thing. But I'm just going to leave it the way it is. I'm not going to change anything, and I'm going to make the rest of the snowflakes just white. Because it's the middle part that's the whole point, right? And you can see them in certain lights, so I think that'll be okay. Yeah, so anyway, that is my last whip for this week. And I'm supposed to have been starting on the snowflake ornaments. I don't know that I'm going to get to them. I might. If I don't, I don't. I'm not too worried about it. So, trying to think. Anyway, if you guys celebrate Halloween, no, Thanksgiving, you guys have a great holiday weekend. I know that my son is off from the academy most of the week. He gets Wednesday through Sunday. And wouldn't it be nice if he actually helped get the house ready for Christmas? But I know that that's not in his plans. It is probably to spend a great deal more time with his girlfriend. And that is okay, because he's young and that's what he's supposed to be doing. So you guys have a great holiday weekend. I will see you probably next Monday. Things going well, and thank you. Happy stitching.